Chapter 1, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku became a raging nomu. So, sorry about yesterday. The sound quality at the beginning of the video that I was trying to make was basically didn't pick up until the last 1 hour mark. So I'm doing this one instead. So let's jump right into it, shall we? And sorry if my throat is a little bit like yeah. So let's begin with Zuko being, so I'm also adding zooming to this what if, so yeah. And Zuko's soul home basically was infused with the entire universe, so let's begin. Zuko and Zumi been born, and then so at age 3, the here. I'm doing so Choco, at 3 years old, loves Zuko so much. So yeah. So then but that all changed at age of 4. Because Zumi and Zuko went to the Quark Doctor. The Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk and all that stuff. But when he went over to Zuko and tells him that he's quirkless. As everybody picks on him, his girlfriend left him for Bakugo. As but so much pain goes through him. But one day, a villain, or let's say it was after Inko, Asashi, and Zumi left to go out of town. And the villain destroyed the entire hotel thing. And Zuko was underneath a rubble where he he died. Had a metal rod thing go through his chest. And yeah. So after the villain attack, the All for One, here, let's go over to here. So All for One picks the kid up, or should I say he picks up the lifeless kid, the dead kid, to be brought back to So All for One puts him in a green tank so that the So, time skip to 15. They presume Zuko was dead, got killed. When Inko heard about the Zuko dies, at the beginning, she cared. But no one should ever. But then, yeah. So, time skip to 15. So, Zuko was at 15. Or his new name that he got was Raging Beast of Darkness. The Raging Beast of Darkness was because All for One gave him every quirk to imaginable. As Zuko's, I'm still calling him Zuko, but he's, yeah. Zuko was designed to kill the number one hero and every other villain, or every other hero. So, yeah. But in this parallel universe thing, the sludge villain got his quirk taken away and, yeah, and put into Zuko's body. So, yeah. So then a time skip to, yeah. So Zumi does go to UA name, but yeah. He doesn't show it, but deep down she really misses her brother. She didn't care if he was quirkless or quirked. But she wants to be a hero to protect them all from the villains that him. She does meet All Might and she does get one for all. No. And, yeah. So, yeah. So a time skip to USJ, where there was a bunch of, or so like Class 1A aim shows up. You know the drill. For the nomu that was designed to kill All Might, ends up basically he looks way more taller, much more buffed up than in a normal person. Name as Azumi could sense. Here, hold on. So sorry for that real long pause. So yeah. So Zumi ends up. Here, let me show you where Zumi's at. Yeah. When she saw her brother, she had the same reaction as a. Yeah. Because when they met the Nomu, she got a weird vibes from the. Like, AKA, she knows who he is type of vibes. So then All Might shows up, and Zuko, and All Might start battling each other's. As All Might punched Zuko, out of the dome. But where he landed, though, he landed right on a power pole, chest through him, killing him the second time. As the second time that he gets Ling. But not even in the chest. It was in through his throat area. As, yeah, poor Zuko. He can never take a break from getting impaled by. So then when how can we move his dead body from, and as All Might can't believe that Zuko, his punches are, just killed a poor creature thing. Or actually, when Nezu told All Might that the samples of the Nomu's blood and came back. But get us when you find the Sashi, can you bring him in? Sure. But yeah. But tell me. Sure. So Nezu tells All Might what was in Zuko's, or that monster's DNA was actually similar to Zuko, the dead corpse that they found. And when All Might heard that, and his eyes widen as he can't believe that the All for One took the kid, and as he was shocked when he heard that the kid was a Midoriya kid. As he can't believe it, I know it's a lot to take in all my, but yeah. Poor kid. I should have saved him before. As a dead body, Zuko comes out. Or he comes, like, lifts his head up. As he had super regeneration and pain nullification. But because Zuko hits his head so hard, and plus, so when he talked, what just happened? As he's trying to like, figure out what's going on. As a bunch of policemen comes in with their guns pointing at him. Who are you? As the detectives realized that he could sense that the aura came back to life. Or he could sense that Zuko's entire existence, or he somehow revived himself. As he's like, my head hurts. What happened? Detective, what had just happened? As he, I don't remember. Remember was had a building collapsed on me, and next thing I remember, me waking up here, Herm with the rest of pointing guns at me. That's all I could remember. Did I do as the detectives realized that he's not lying? And so he walks up slowly. Zuko, come with me. As they takes him to the the interrogation room. As he sits down, he did put on his clothes before. Do you remember anything from, well, I remember doing the normal chores like the dishes, garbage, and cleaning up around the house. Then the building like collapsed. Was it a villain attack? I don't remember, but yeah. And then next thing I remember, I woke up in that poor kid. Or well, as the detective tells him what happened during all that time, during the 11 years. But one of his quirks that was put into his body was called recorder. As he, so his entire body recorded every word clear as day during the 11 years. So, yeah. It would have sucked for him. So, and he tells his sister that he tells the detective that he doesn't know what to do. As he had tears coming down his face. As the so All Might does appear out of nowhere, and he sees Zuko is alive, and yeah, as Zuko knew that he was, or All Might knew that it was real him. Because in this universe, the will of a person is stronger. It's like hockey, but on a whole nother level. But but he could sense it's a real him. Because he had this feeling before. When he's a real one. I could sense in the hockey, or inside of his own body. Can you feel the will? Yeah. So then so they let him go. But they suggest they go, like, basically he has to go to UA. As he remembers he's still quirkless when but then that was back then. 11 years have of him getting transformed into a nomu was like, yeah. So his own sister didn't even recognize him before. So then, yeah. So then when his sister, or when they heard that that creature was joining UA, they freaked out. Like, are you letting a villain Nomu in? As a voice says, what villain Nomu? As Ochako recognizes that sound. Hey guys, what's up? As all of them can't believe it. It's can't be, as Ochako thought. He's been dead for 11 years. As Razorhead tells them, him, Zuko, who wasn't actually dead. the and what they actually found in Zuko's DNA was different from a average quirk user. Zuko wasn't actually born quirkless, but instead, he was a new type of person, or new type of that's beyond quirks. It's abilities. One of his abilities, or he has multiple ones, but one of them specifically is infinity, zero, and yeah, and revival. So when All for One turns him into a nomu, oh, all the quirks actually, oh, like basically got cleaned out from All for One's or like basically his essence stuff. So Zuko was, trying to get me or trying to get rid of me that easily? No, 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 thank you. As they can't believe you. Yeah. As all for or as Eraserhead tells the whole class that the reason why that they brought him back, or why the villains turned him into the nomu, who the and became, yeah, brought him back from the dead to do that. So when, yeah, as he did, he kind of remembers, or actually during the last, yeah. So everyone agrees that the to keep a watchful eye on Zuko to see what he's been doing. So as he was mostly quiet man, he tells Zumi, or actually when Zumi walked Zuko home, he ends up basically, or she basically did call Inko and told her that he came back from the dead. As, wait, so who? I'll just say, as Zumi says, I'll say the word. Zuko. Noria. As Zumi, as Inko's eyes widen, as she can't believe that her own daughter, or no, her own brother, or no, her own son came back from the dead. As, yeah, as he remembers, as, like, before. So then the All Might, or so Sashi heard that, and they go meet up with Zumi and Zuko, and Inko could tell it's real Zuko, as she runs up and hugs him, as she can't believe that he's still alive after, or he came back to life when, yeah. So then yeah. So, yeah. So Zuko ends up feeling super happy that he is back to normal. He had to go through a lot of therapy to, like, him. But, so his friends. So, a time skip to All Might versus All for One. So, All Might was down, and All for One was, like, ready to die. But then, out of nowhere, Zuko punched the Prime Zuko, or no, Zuko punched the Prime All for One, as he says, pick on someone your own size. Means you jerk. As you messed with the wrong kid. And All for One's like, my greatest creation has returned. Before he even says that, Zuko punched, like, basically uppercuts All for One with enough force. As he tells, or actually, his power, or when Zuko used his quirk, or his part of his own power now, because, yeah. He heard every word that the All for One and said to the quirk doctor that he was, or actually All for One was the one who destroyed the UA, or destroyed the entire thing. So when Zuko basically he punched, so he does become like this big form, the nomu size, and punching All for One around like a little rag doll. So, yeah. So then when... So, a time skip. No, actually, not time skip. So, after All Might versus... after All Might versus All for One, Hun arc has ended. Some of the girls says, like, basically tells Zumi that your brother's cool. And then him. So, Rinko, Mina, Rongirl, Momo, and, like, the rest of them, as Ochako is like, she basically, she still had the heart for him. Like, she still loved him, kind. But so Bakugo in this alternate timeline was more of a, like, basically he likes, or he had a best friend Zuko, and he didn't care if he was quirkless thing. He and they wanted to pick on him, like pull a prank on him. So then Zumi, or actually one of those kids, or let's say Rinko, tells Ochako that you're already dating Bakugo, so as Bakugo butts in and says that, or actually Ochako says, we were trying to pull a prank on Zuko to make him feel bad about, yeah. Because off screen, Ochako did tell Bakugo that let's pull a prank on Zuko, our quirkless friend. Yeah. Then shortly after that is that Zuko died, and the sad as she could not believe that her friend died. But then she actually ends up basically, I don't know why I did that, but yeah. She ends up basically finding out that Zuko came back to life, and yeah. So Ochako walks up to Zuko and tells him that, you know, I didn't really leave you for, or anyone, actually. It was just a pretend. And, yeah. And why did you make it so, like, literally? As he says. But that's in the past. And so, Ochako walks up and kissed him right on the lips. Because he was big as a nomu, she literally had to use her quirk to fly up just a little bit to, like, kiss him on the lips thing. Yeah, it's like using the stepping stool on, yeah. So, yeah, Zuko. So, basically, Ochako and Zuko loved each other so much. As Bakugo's like, it's good to see you back, by the way, Zuko. It's been 11 years, so let's make up that time. Yeah. As they all, like, spend time with him. Because he's been tortured for 11 years. But before he hangs out with his friends, and he has to do one thing. And so he says, be right back. So he goes into the villain's basement thing underneath the, like, the hospital as Zuko ends up getting. He wants to. Or so he basically grabs the. I'm not gonna kill you. And he said that to the quirk doctor. But thanks to the powers that you gave me, I heard every word that during those 11 years. All for one used or found me and basically or found my dead body, and you turned me into a nomu. Use against my favorite idol. I know every. So, Zuko uses his own version of warp gate, so he warps to the police station, and he did tell the detective that it was this guy that turned me into that creature. As chief of police was there, and he knows, based off of his tone of voice, he literally means it. So they arrested the quirk doctor, and detective says, "How do you know?" Well, one of the quirks that he gave me was called record. Basically, it is like I can hear like voices or whatever I hear. Then if it's a voice, then it's yeah. So now so do a time skip to the future because I don't feel like doing the overhaul. Fine. Bye. Love you too. Have fun. So yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So Zuko, or so now in the future, Zuko and Zumi, Zuko and Zumi, no, not Zuko, sorry, get confused. Zuko and Ochako got married and had 2 kids. Yeah. And the nomu, or so Zuko as a nomu, yeah. So then after that, Zumi actually got married to Todoroki. So yeah. So now this is the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all that fun stuff. Peace.